Hi everyone, my name is Evgeniya Wilhelm, and this is interview about interesting people in Tacoma. And the one of second actually interesting person whom I know is Tim Bogue, and he is a trainer in OPRT, and he also works in prison. Hi Tim.
Hi.
So for relaxing and to be able to communicate normally and nice, I want to ask you several silly questions from me.
Okay.
And of course they would be silly, right? And also I want to tell you in the beginning that these questions are for timing. So really quickly, just answer fast.
All
So
right.
do you play with dolls?
Yes.
Great. You've ever done something embarrassing in your life?
Embarrassing for me or embarrassing for other people, because I don't really get embarrassed easily. But yes, I have embarrassed people a lot.
Perfect answer. Your favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian, I'm going to say Jay Leno.
Jelena?
Yep.
Why?
Because he's a car guy and I'm a car guy. And I like cars and he likes cars.
Oh, okay.
And he's funny.
Cool. What do you like for breakfast?
I like breakfast. I like all of breakfast. I like pancakes and eggs and bacon and sausage. And my favorite breakfast
Bacon.
would probably be steak and eggs with hash browns.
Perfect. Okay, and the last one, Tim's wise word.
My wise words: be yourself.
Perfect. See, it was easy. I guess it's always easy for the person who are so communicative as you are. And Tim, I know him for a long years already. He's the most communicative person I've ever known. And also he does so many things and he's never settled down. He's always constantly move. So this is what I do like in him. And can you tell us just a little bit what does OPRT mean?
OPRT stands for Optimum Performance Rider Training. We're a nonprofit organization that teaches people to enhance their skills in motorcycle riding in a closed course environment. We focus on safety and education so that people can be more alert and more aware when they're riding their motorcycles.
So you're as a trainer up there, right? Already.
I help to train people. I help to manage the events and keep things flowing on there. The events take place at a racetrack, so there's a whole lot of moving parts that go into managing a racetrack.
Okay, that's cool. What are requirements for your students who want to be in your racetrack?
The basic requirement is they have to know how to ride.
Right.
If you don't know how to ride a motorcycle and you show up to a racetrack, you might be in trouble. They also have to have the proper gear, the safety gear, the right helmet, the right clothes to wear, the boots and the gloves.
Well, I can't go like that. No.
No.
But I will be a beautiful one, right?
Yes. Yes.
On the track.
God forbid you don't crash. But the safety requirements, gear, and knowing how to ride, being at least somewhat confident in your riding skills.
Okay, good. How you choose students up there? Like how you choose people that you're good to be here? It's not just about gloves, right? And having bike.
Right. Well, so they sign up and they actually pay for the day, for the instruction and for their time on the track. And if they show up and their bike isn't ready for the track, then it doesn't pass the inspection. Then we'll help them fix it. If their gear isn't proper for the track, then we'll either tell them, no, you can't go out on the track in that, or we'll find some gear for them to wear for the day. really it comes down to trial by fire. When we don't know if somebody is ready to ride on the track until they're on the track and riding, and if they're not safe on the track, then we'll pull them off the track and give them instructions so that they are safe on the track.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. So also, I want to ask you, what are some of safety concerns do you have for the riding truck?
Well, gear is a big thing.
Why?
Because when you hit the ground at, say, I crashed at 65 miles an hour last year and I wasn't hurt at all, not even a bruise. I have a friend who crashed at 180 miles an hour a couple of weeks ago, and he walked away from it unhurt. So it's all about the proper riding gear and the. But that's the big safety concern. The other one is your motorcycle. If your tires aren't good, they're not going to hold you on a corner. If you have a fender that the bolts fall out of, and your fender falls off of your bike in the middle of the racetrack, that could be dangerous for you and other people. Yes, it did. That was good times. I got to bring the fender to the owner of the fender and say, "Is this your bike? Your fender?" So
it's kind of fun, but it's scary at the same time.
Yeah, and that.
I mean, it's good, stories to have on your pocket, but I guess that also requiring to be safety and survive. Yeah, and not die on your after.
It's kind of funny afterwards, when you get to bring the part to them and be like, "Hey, here's half your motorcycle." That's kind of fun, but realistically, that fender was laying in a corner, and somebody could have very easily come around the corner on their motorcycle, going really fast and leaned way over, and hit the fender, or seen it and even tried to dodge it and hit somebody else. I mean, it could have been a really dangerous situation.
Yeah, I guess so. So, what's on a track day? What was the most difficult part you've done?
The most difficult thing I've done on a track day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. The track days are there's a lot of things that are really difficult about it, because you're constantly managing. We have sometimes 200 clients that are at the track at a given point in time, and we have to manage that and keep them happy, but keep the environment safe at the same time while people are pushing their limits. So it gets that I'd say is the most difficult part, is that balance between keeping everybody happy and keeping everybody safe.
Okay. I know that you're doing this quite a while. Like, how many years it took you to be as a as a trainer, as an instructor, and when you feel really confident on a track, and like how many years basically?
So I rode motorcycles for 5 years consistently before I ever even set foot on a track. On a daily basis, I ride year-round.
Actually, he rides also in the winter time. He's pretty crazy.
But yeah, riding year-round for 5 years before I even stepped foot on a track. And when I did, I learned more in my first track day than I did in 5 years of riding. And I've been riding on the track for 4 years now.
Oh, cool. So, and this is your first year, right, as a in OPRT, right?
This is my fourth year.
Oh, fourth year.
In my fourth year with OPRT.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So how they choose you?
Well, for me, I went through a process of I have a good friend who was an instructor for OPRT for a number of years, and another good friend who's on the board of directors for OPRT. And they knew me as a competent street rider, and my buddy Greg kept telling me, come out to the track. So I went out there and I actually applied I auditioned for a slot as a control rider, which is keeping like an on-track traffic cop. But I auditioned for it, and I was competent enough to ride on the track as a control rider and to keep people safe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? I would like to ask you also, for probably our audience would like to know more. Maybe they also would have the same question as I can have right now. So if, for example, someone will ask you to be a trainer, like personal trainer, to be a teacher, would you be enjoy to do that, or like what's your feelings about that also?
Well, you know me. I love teaching people. I love helping people to improve their skills and improve their knowledge and learn. Life is about learning. And so if somebody were to come to me and say, hey, I really want you to teach me, specifically me, how to ride, I'd absolutely. I would
so
not.
So how they can
tell them
reach
no.
you in that case?
Through my email at justhereforthetacos@gmail.com.
So his Gmail I will definitely put on a description, so you can email him. And if you want to have such a great teacher, I think that you will be not just pleased, but you would have success with it. Okay, Tim. Also, I would like to a little bit, changing our topic a little bit. Can you tell me what was difficulties in your life? Like, what's more difficult situation maybe you had in your life? Not in your truck days, but yeah.
The most difficult thing I've ever done in my life was I was in the Army for almost 6 years, and I went to Iraq for a year. And that, leaving my wife and baby daughter at home, was the hardest thing that I have ever had to do. And that moment on the bus, when I looked out the window and I saw the two of them cuddled together, leaning against a wall and crying and waving goodbye, was by far the most difficult moment of my life.
Oh, also, I do remember when you told me this story, that when you were in Iraq, something was happened with you. Could you share with it?
Which thing that happened?
About when you understood that life is really important. And when you... Yeah, I think you got.
Yeah, so I had a moment when I was in Iraq where I was not wearing my body armor. I was on the base. I was waiting for a helicopter to come in, and a sniper bullet went by right about here, and it was a really prolific moment for me. I realized that in that one moment, 500 yards away, maybe 600 yards away, was a man who was trying to kill me. And there comes a certain realization with that where I was completely vulnerable. And
what's realization you had?
I realized that life is short, and we only have one life. You have to live your life for yourself. You have to do what makes you happy, and you can't bring happiness to someone else unless you're happy yourself. You can't give love to someone unless you love yourself.
True.
So live life for yourself. Be happy, be true to yourself, accept yourself for who you are and for what you are, and be cool with that. Be happy with that, because that's who you are, and there's only one you in this world. That's the best thing you could possibly do. Just it frees you up so much to live life and to be happy with your life and to make the decisions that are going to bring you in a positive direction.
Thank you so much. I think that it was really good advice, and I know Tim as I told, for a long time, and I can see in you that you always try to bring not just about happiness to people, but you always try to help people. You always try to be, how to say, like a small battery, where you're not just, like selfish and do like, oh, this is just for me, but you love yourself, but you respect yourself, but you also love and you respect other people. And this is what I think that it's one thing what I do cherish in you and I do respect in you. Like,
thank you.
So this is what I really wanted to tell you also. So guys, also Tim works in prison, and this would be another story. I will be like just have a small intrigue. I am a woman, so I like to intrigue. And we will do second interview maybe a little bit later on, but it's really other interesting story what Tim can share with you about. But yeah, if you want to contact with Tim and you want to have him as a teacher, you're welcome to do that. But also remember that you are special and that your life is really special. You are the person who in this world came for a reason. Remember it. Okay, bye guys. Have a great day and have a good evening for, I don't know, like what country you are. Okay, bye.